So in this picture right here, I'm holding a simple microphone that I got on Amazon for $15 that is going to make me sound professional when I'm doing my interviews or recording these kind of videos. And just by adding this dongle that I have here, the white one, you can actually connect it to your phone and do quality voiceover work as well. And but this video is not about that, and I bet you guys have noticed that on TV you rarely see a good old face-to-face interview, because most reporters are working from home and they use video conferencing tools like Zoom to interview other people. And I just want to share some of the things that I see out there and I have noticed, things that we could improve ourselves. These tips are for you to share with people that you are interviewing and guide them and help them to make the interviews or the video to look good. Zoom media interview strategy number 1, raise the camera. So right here is the first shot here. As you can see here, I'm not happy because we don't want the shots of people to look like this. Because we're not ENT doctors, so there's no need for us to see up the nose of whoever we're talking to. And the first thing you need to do is ask the interviewee to elevate their camera or their device and place the laptop, or if it's a phone or tablet, on could be a large stack of books or Amazon box, whatever it takes, until the camera lens is at the eyebrow level, something like this. So in this shot we are an equal, and now the camera is lined up so we're not looking up the somebody's nose, and they are not actually going to look like giants talking down to us, but they're going to be on our equal, and we're going to talk to them on equal terms, and we can ask our questions and all that. So that's tip number 1. Zoom media interview strategy, tip number 2. So tilt the camera down. Let me show you a couple of things here. So in the business we call it a headroom. So it's a space between the top of the head of the person and the top of the actual shot. So getting these shots right requires a little adjusting. And before you get into the interview, if you see a person something like this is like dramatized here, or something like this happens a lot actually, because there's no information, visual information up on here, up on top of my head. There's no reason to have a huge headroom. So you can ask them to gently ask them to tilt their camera just a little bit down to where it is at about this level, to where there's a little bit headroom but not like really touching the top of the shot there. And tip number 3 is, let me open up the shot here, is lighting. So lighting is very important for these interviews, and we see it a lot when people don't look good because they are in the wrong light conditions. So, and the best, easiest way to get a good light is natural lighting from a window. And let that window, right now in this shot I'm looking at the window. In this case it's a door with some natural light, and that light is on my face, and it gives an even light on my face, so I'm lit properly. So, and allow that light to be on you, not behind you, because if you do this and if you have the actual window behind you, then you're going to end up with these kind of shots. So these kind of shots, like from the witness protection plan, so avoid that. Always have actually this light to work for you, so you can so you don't look too dark. So there are a couple do's and don'ts for light. Sit closer to the window, allowing natural light to brighten your face, like I showed in the shot. And and don't sit in the direct sunlight. Sometimes, like if I'm sitting right next to the window and there's like a harsh light on my face, that's gonna destroy your shot as well, or in this case the face, so avoid that too. All right, so Zoom media interview strategy number 4, background. Give your viewer a comfortable experience watching you, because sitting in front or standing in front of a wall like this, right close to the wall, is gonna look make the shot look cramped, and it's not going to look good, and it may even look like a mugshot. So you want to avoid that. So you can gently ask the person to step away from the flat surface, and it's going to look flat too, so you want to avoid that. Instead, sit in the front of a background with a little bit depth. If you are at home, position yourself so we see your office behind, or your living room with some furniture and decor on the walls. So make it a little bit more interesting. Like in this shot, you can just position yourself to where there is a little bit dimension behind you, a little bit space behind you. That's going to make the shot look a little bit more dimensional. So also make sure the overhead lights are on a little bit away. Sometimes if you're inside, there will be overhead light on you, so that might create issues as well. So just something else to watch out for. Zoom interview strategy number 5, audio. It doesn't matter if it's a Zoom or Skype or any kind of call. The audio is not going to sound great, and there are a couple tips that I want to share to make it a little bit better. So tip number 1 is position yourself fairly close to the device that you're talking to. If it's a tablet, just get closer. If it's a phone, obviously get closer as well. Laptop, don't go too far away. And there are a couple other things that may help you out as well. Let me see if I can open the shot here. So if they have an access to a device like earbuds, so it will be a good time to ask them ahead of time, actually, to get those ready in case if the room is too noisy. Because sometimes if the room is too noisy, that laptop or tablet or phone is going to pick up all of that stuff, and having an earbuds, or sometimes if they have AirPods, really help out as well. So having those will isolate some of the noise, so you can actually speak to them in an isolated way, and where it sounds better if you use those devices. So always, if it doesn't sound good, just ask them first of all to get closer. Second of all, if they have earbuds or AirPods, those help out. So the last tip that I'd like to share is, if you're a reporter, send those 3-4 quick tips to an interviewee before the actual interview. This will give the interviewee an opportunity to prepare. It will save your and their time. You can make this list and copy paste and send it to the person every time, or text them. So besides these tips, also make sure you're taking care of yourself too. Make sure you are wearing your microphone, and make sure you are in a good looking environment with some light on your face, so you look professional as well. All right, so in the next video, I'm going to share some of the tips for which video conferencing platform to use and how to schedule a video interview. So take care, and thanks for your time. All right, bye.